Hey everybody. So today in this video I want to talk about the Black Panther, the movie. Sorry guys, I know it's been a minute since I did a video. I'm gonna just keep it 100. Like I haven't really been feeling doing any YouTube video lately because I've been working all the time and I just been so exhausted. And the days I'm off, I just like to rest. But I'm back now, and today I wanted to make a video off of this. I've been wanting to do it for so long, and I've been really prolonging and prolonging it. But today I decided to do it for you guys. So I went to go see this movie, The Black Panther, and it's actually a really, really, really good movie. It actually didn't turn out like I thought that it was going to be about, but it was crazy. Also had a lot of hidden messages in the movie. I might show y'all a few of them that I had seen, just in case you guys probably haven't actually seen the movie yet. I can give you a little heads up on what's going on in the movie. I'm late on this, so it's probably a lot of people that already did the review on it and all that stuff like that. But I'm just a little late on it. I just want to put my opinion with how I feel about the movie and also other things about this movie. But anyways, when I first seen the previews, it was during the Super Bowl of last year. And I was like, wow. I was like, finally we have a whole black cast with dark skinned people. They finally representing dark skinned people. Um, Especially black women, dark skinned black women. I was so shocked to see a cast with dark skinned black women, and they all was in their natural hair. I was really, really shocked. Mainly, they had dark skinned women because Hollywood seemed to be very colorist. They always showing light skin or biracial women as head roles. I was like, wow, finally. I was really, really happy. I was like, finally, we getting reparation. Finally, we getting represented. I feel black people, we came a long way. And I think we are accomplishing a lot of things and we beating a lot of history. And this put the icing on the cake. It really has. I also loved how they put different tribes of Africa in the movie, different tribes of black people in the movie, not just the whole Africa as one, because you know how they view all Africans and black people as one when it's actually so many different tribes in Africa. I'm going to show a few slides of all the different tribes that they had in the movie. Um, I'm going to show it really, really fast. So if you want to, you can pause the video on each slide and read it. And that way you can see which tribe is who. But anyways, to be honest, I wasn't really going to see the movie. I was hesitating on seeing it or not. All the men basically in this movie, they all date white women. And they showed a post. I don't know if y'all seen it, but if I find it, I can probably put it on this video, on one of the clips or whatever. But it showed all of them that dates white women that's in this cast, and I was like, wow. Because, like I said in my old video on why I don't like interracial dating, I was saying, like, when you go and pay and support these black men that's married to these white women or dating these white women, you are basically paying for their family and their inheritance. It's an inheritance is not going to a black woman, it's going to a white woman. And that's another reason why I kind of hesitated on watching it, because me, I all about black love and black unity and black pride. And like this post says right here, it says the power of a black man is the black woman by his side. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. And the other reason, this is when the third eye kicked into. I call it my third eye. A lot of people know I'm pro-black and I'm woke, and people say, "Oh, here comes this third eye." People know me personally. They say that third eye. It's funny. I find it funny. But anyways, basically, yes, my third eye had hit, and I was like, okay, this movie has sold out tickets. And I remember Lupita had made an Instagram video and she was so surprised because she couldn't even buy her own ticket because it sold out that fast. And then this movie is the most that's sold in all the Marvel's movies. This one is the highest one. And I was like, wow. And they actually made overall, I'm going to say globally, they had made 897.7 million globally. And on the bottom, it has made in North America, it came out to 501.1 million. That is a lot of moolah, honey. Okay, so here's the third eye part. White supremacy, they get the money overall. And even though the black people that's in the cast, like Lapita, Michael B. Jordan, and Angela Bassett, they getting paid, and I bet you they probably got a good amount of money for making this movie. Um, Even though they got paid, but at the end of the day, white supremacy, they get most of this money. And that's what really bothers me because, they make money off of black people. And, white people, they know black people is woke and they know we're getting smart and educated. So white people, they had to get smarter and they elevated themselves more by making an all black cast movie because they knew it was going to make this much money. Let's just keep it real. They knew that it was going to make this much money because they know we are not really represented in the media and the industry. Black people and people of color, we're not really represented. So when they finally give black people a piece of the pie of reparation and representation, they knew it was going to set off because it's an all black cast. And they know black people, we are the most spenders, and these are facts. Basically, black people, we really make this world go round because you notice all these rappers and all these artists, they represent these white brands. They don't really represent, black owned businesses. They represent white people's brands. And, black people is making them richer and richer. Rich black people are making them richer by buying their products, representing it, taking pictures with it on Instagram. The Gucci, I think that's been going crazy on Instagram. A lot of celebrities is wearing it. It's just going crazy. Black people, we do crazy stuff. Like we don't realize how much power we have. We don't realize how much power we have. We can take that money that we use to see this movie and put it into our communities. We could have end, all the hunger and all what's going on in these black neighborhoods and these black communities and poverty. We could have end that in America in our black neighborhoods by using that money for the Black Panther to put it in our black neighborhoods. We could have ended that quick. It's just like we got to think smart and we got to think ahead of time because the white people, they always going to be a step ahead because they see us coming up and they think it's smart. They using this movie to make their money, and this is what they do. This is what heathens do. This is what they do. And then these motherfuckers turn around and said, oh, we're gonna donate, I guess to a charity or a black community since they made that much money. It's funny. It's like, so now that it made that much money, y'all decided to donate. Where was y'all at when before this movie come out? Where was y'all at when we being needed reparation inside our neighborhoods? That's the thing that really got on my nerves about the crackers basically that wrote the Black Panther and all that. It's like, wow, it's just like now y'all want to give black people money or reparation when this movie came out and made all this money for you. Now you deciding to help, it's really, really crazy. Also, I seen in comments like some butthurt white people. They was commenting about the movie and saying, it was racist because it was called the Black Panther. Oh, what if we had a movie called the KKK? And I was like, these motherfuckers are really, really stupid. Don't you know that a white man had actually wrote this comic book? It was actually a comic book. And it was made years ago. They just now make it a movie. So how is it racist when a white man wrote it? I have pictures of the writer and the editor that made it. So they are white men that wrote this. So that's what I'm saying. Why are white people butt ass hurt? Now, at first, it didn't really show Black Panther's face. It didn't actually show his face. And then later on, they just made him black. So he never took off his mask, basically, but they made him black. They decided to make him the superhero, a black man. And they was also saying, "Oh, I don't understand like why black people going so crazy over this movie. They act like this the only black superhero movie and stuff like that. They brought up Blade and all the other movies. I mean, the reason why it's popping now because back in the day we didn't really have social media like we do now. Blade was popping. It just we didn't have social media. Trust and believe we praised every single superhero that came out that was black. But it's just this one went to an extreme level because we have social media, and on top of that, it's all black cast. It's just white people. They just so jealous and they so naive and they self-centered and they delusional and they're fucking selfish. They feel like they the only one should be have the spotlight. They feel like they the only one should have the shine. When black people get a little bit of shine, they get jealous of it because they're not in the spotlight anymore. And, that's the way white people are. Like, but they claim that we have equality and we're united and we're treated equally. But how come do y'all feel some type of way every time we have stuff like this that's all black? You being your feelings though when stuff like this comes out and all of a sudden it's a all lives matter and oh what about us and what about me, but it's been all about y'all the whole time. White people, they just always contradict the hell out of themselves. Like they never realize what the fuck they're doing, what the fuck they're saying. They just always jealous when we finally get shine and finally get in the spotlight. It's crazy. It's like black people, we can't have anything. Oh yeah, and this another thing I want to show y'all guys that is so hilarious. And it shows how butthurt white people are. I'm gonna show y'all how butthurt they were about this movie. So they decided to go on social media and they post pictures of white people with their face busted up and bleeding. They basically made up false allegations that they went to the movies and they got jumped by black people and they described certain black people and stuff like that. They said they got jumped at, oh, I just wanted to see the movies. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the article and show y'all a few of the pictures that they shown. These pictures was actually old. Those pictures actually came from old incidents from like years ago, and they using like them as it happened recent when they went to the movies, like they got jumped by black people. It's really really crazy. Okay, it says I was at the Black Panther opening and was approached and assaulted by two black teens. They told me that the movie wasn't for my kind and proceeded to punch me repeatedly to the point where I developed a black eye. I'm currently on the phone with the law enforcement now. Wow. Here's the next one. The one on the right, it said, on the left, it says, I went to see Black Panther with my girlfriend and a black teenager shouted, "You at the wrong theater," and smashed a bottle on her face. Wow. The one on the right, it says, went to the Black Panther premiere tonight and my wife was assaulted. Three black women approached us and one said, "This movie ain't for you, white bitch." And then attack her. Security escort us to the parking lot and we left. We just wanted to see a movie. Okay, here's another post. It says, "This is my older brother, Ken. He was jumped just trying to see the movie. The movie ain't for you, Whitey," was the last thing he heard before he was beat up by two black men, rupturing his eardrum, and he didn't even make it inside of the movie theater. Shaking my head. No, you shaking my head, colonizer. Okay, so on this post, it says that they throw me out of the theater and said it wasn't my movie. I don't have insurance and can't see. It's just real funny because all I can do is just laugh at this shit. This is just the most pettiest, dumbest shit I ever seen in my life. Like, white people there was that butthurt that they had to make up a lie. Like, this is crazy as hell. You see how the fuck they act? This is how they act. And it's crazy. Okay, this is another thing that I want to talk about. This is Amanda Steinberg, whatever her last name is. Steinberg, I think. Yeah, Steinberg. She is biracial. She's part black and part white. And she's an actor. I really don't know. I think I've seen her a few times on a couple of things, but I can't really remember. I don't really know her that well. But she's very, very beautiful, by the way. Um, Apparently she was getting interviewed, and she claimed that she turned down playing the role on the Black Panther. She was supposed to be Cheryl. Um, Apparently Cheryl in the movie is T'Challa's, which is the Black Panther little sister. The black girl with the braids, that's basically who she was supposed to be, with those Black Panther handguns, whatever she had on her hands. And she turned it down because she's biracial. I was very, very surprised by this because not too many light skinned people or biracial people admit to their light skin privileges. I was very, very shocked. And she's a very, very young girl. You could tell she's very, very educated. And you could tell she's more going for her black side. She's more finding of her blackness than her whiteness. And this is crazy. I was like, wow, I was really surprised. But I salute her for this, because she actually wanted dark skinned people to get the shine and not have the shine all on her because she's light skinned or biracial. You feel me? I'm glad that she really recognized that because not too many light skinned people do this type of stuff. If it was another biracial person, they would have easily accept the role. Like, shit, hell, it's not my problem. You feel me? Because that's some of their mentality that they have. And to me, this was a big sacrifice for her because this is a big movie. The outcome became so big, and you can imagine what else she could accomplish from this movie. But she chose to take her sacrifice and turned it down. And for that, I think something's good is going to come her way for doing something like this. When you make sacrifices, it's crazy. It's a really, really hard thing to do. And I know this was probably the hardest decision of her life, but she decided to go with her heart and let dark skinned people get the shine for once. But, let's face it, if they put her on the role as a movie, she wouldn't look right. I'm sorry. Because like they do this a lot. It's not only in movies, they do this also in TV shows. It's a lot of TV shows where you see it's a black family and their daughter always be biracial, or their wife is biracial or the wife is light skinned. You feel me? They always do this all the time. It's not only in movies, but it's also in TV shows. And I'm glad she finally broke that curse, that generational curse of having I'm not saying, light skinned people biracial are a curse. I'm not saying that, but I'm glad they finally broke that curse. You feel me? They finally letting black people, dark skinned people especially, shine for once. And I'm so happy about that because, let's face it, like I said, all these dark skinned people, and then you have a light bright sister like that. It just doesn't add up to me. It doesn't look right because it looks like the mother, she fucked with a colonizer. You feel me? So I mean, that's just how I feel about it. But anyways, so I'm gonna pull up an article of her explaining why she quit the role. Okay, it says Amanda Steinberg says she walked away from Black Panther because her skin complexion is lighter than that of the other cast members, and she wanted to give dark skinned actors a space. One of the most challenging things for me to do was to walk away from the Black Panther, she told CBC. I got really, really close, and they were like, do you want to continue fighting for this? And I was like, this isn't right. She added, these are all dark skinned actors playing Africans, and I feel like it would have just been off to see me as biracial American with a Nigerian accent, just pretending that I'm the same color as everyone else in the movie. Wow. I was in the audition process for it. Then I decided not to continue with the process because I thought it wouldn't be right for me as a biracial, light skinned American to be playing the role. She said, I think visually it would have made sense and it wasn't appropriate for me to go after that role. Black Panther is one of the only films that we have that has dark skinned representation that was so beautiful about it. That was really challenging to make that decision, but I have no regrets. She continued. I realized 100% that there are space that I should not take up. And when I do take up a space, it's because I thought really, really critically about it. And I consult people I really trust, and it feels right. The evening, the everything actress also talked to Essence magazine about dropping out of playing T'Challa's sister, Cheryl. I also didn't realize that she was the same girl that called Kylie Jenner out when she was rocking these cornrows. What they call boxer braids, whatever. The Kardashians and the Jenners. She called her out when the Kylie posted this picture on Instagram. This was like I think a year or 2 years ago. And under Kylie's post, she said, "I woke up like this," something like that, trying to quote Beyonce. I'm gonna pull up the article. So here we go. So here's the article I pulled up. It says Amanda Steinberg calls out Kylie Jenner for cultural appropriation. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is a picture of Kylie right here. Of her with the box braids, and on the bottom, as you can see, it says, "I woke up like this." She basically was quoting Beyonce's song, knowing good damn well she don't fuck with Kim like that. This is Amanda. She commented under Kylie's picture, and it says, "When you appropriate Black features and culture, but fail to use your position of power to help Black Americans by directing attention toward your wigs instead of police brutality or racism. Hashtag white girls do it better." And on the bottom, Kylie Jenner responded back. It says, "Mad if I don't, mad if I do. Go hang out with Jading or something." Like, what the hell, bitch? That whack ass response after what she just said. What she just said was very, very powerful. And this is crazy. They are basically, like I said in that Coco video that I made, about her wearing the braids with her, little Coco swoop or whatever. She renamed the braids Coco swoop. And these bitches, they doing the same thing. They basically using Black women features and hairstyles as props to, cash crop basically on Instagram. All these bitches do, they take pictures and they make money. This is all they do. And they use Black women's culture, and they use our assets, they use our hairstyles, they use this to make money and profit off us once again. Okay, so now I'm just going to explain the overall point of the movie and the highlights of what the movie is mainly about. Basically, in the last Marvel movie, the Black Panther father had died in that last movie, and his dad was the Black Panther before him. He was the king of Wakanda and he was Black Panther. But his father died. And in this movie, he's basically being crowned king in the movie. And Michael B. Jordan, he's supposedly supposed to be the cousin of T'Challa. And Michael B. Jordan, they make his character as a bad person, but he's really not the bad person. He's actually a good person. He actually stayed in America. He didn't stay in Wakanda, but he still had the powers. Wakanda's powers, basically. And his purpose basically was to give wealth and money to Black people in America, in the hoods and in the ghettos. He basically wanted to Wakanda, the land of Wakanda, to come into America and help the Black communities. And also, basically kill off white people and take over. That's basically what he wanted. And T'Challa, I'm happy to say it, but he was a coon in the movie. He was more worried about Wakanda than other places. He was just focusing on where they was at. You know, he wasn't really worried about the black people in America. And that sounds very familiar with some of these Africans, these rich Africans that's in Nigeria and all them other countries, you know. But yeah, that's basically it. And, you know, he was fucking with the white dude with that fake hand. He was evil. He had stolen what they call the abranium, whatever. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. All right, you guys. This is the last thing I want to show y'all. I thought this quote was very, very powerful. This was at the end of the movie. Um, that Michael B. Jordan had quoted before he died. Yes, he did die in the movie. I hate that shit. But I thought it was very, very powerful. But anyways, it reads, "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from these ships because they know death was better than bondage." This was so crazy. This was very, very powerful. This is the most powerful quote that I thought that was in the movie. And also, it was a powerful part when he was talking to that white lady inside that, I guess, that African museum. And he was saying how, you know, they people colonized us. Anyways, y'all already know what to do. I see y'all guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.